Hello, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk immigration. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. When you come on, hello. I crawl it, hello, Kialewa. Hi, everyone. Let me turn this down a little bit. Come on in, come on in, come on in. How's everybody's Thursday going? I think it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. I think so, right? So I have my fiance right in front of me. Hey, Chris, say hello. It's like, what? Hi, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. How's your day been? When you come on, say hello. Mr. Deji, Shalafia Lewa. I want family and coach, everybody. Wow, okay. Come on in, let's talk immigration. Tell me how your day has been and what you guys have planned for the weekend. So, I want to talk today about visa bulletin. The what's it called? The July visa bulletin is out. What does that even mean, and how do you read? Because everybody, I get that question almost at least every other day when people say, "Okay, what am I supposed to, or what chart should I go with? What how does this apply to my pending applications or petitions, and how do you read this, and yada yada yada, what's going on?" So let's talk about that. And if you have that is fine. Thank you for your support as well. If you have any questions that I can answer and give you general information and general answers, because if you have anything specific to your case, then I have to um, set up a proper consultation, like I always say. But let's talk about visa bulletin and preference categories. What does that even mean? And how do you read that? So, right now, we're still in June, right? However, what the state department does is when we cross over, particularly each month, we cross over the middle of the month, they would usually release the next month visa bulletin, so you have an idea of what cases they're working on and how you can who can start getting ready to apply for their green card. Now, so right now they're currently using the June 2021 visa bulletin. And if I haven't introduced myself, well, you guys should know me by now, right? this is this is Attorney Abisola Ole Samuel. Abisola Olale. That's how you say it. But American way is Ole, like my sons will say. Hey, whatever. Abisola Olale. But this is Attorney Abisola Ole Samuel. I have, and I get this question all the time. Do you have an office in Atlanta? Do you have an office in? No, we do not have an office in Atlanta yet. And like I said, my fiance is right in front of me. He can. I told him don't make faces. Chris, if you haven't heard of Chris, he must be living under a rock or something. But he knows we have plans. We're going to have an office in Atlanta, but not quite yet. But we go to Atlanta and we do consultations there. But right now, I do phone consultations, but it doesn't matter what state you live in. If you have an immigration case that my firm handles, that we can and we do represent immigration clients, regardless of the state you live in. So the state you live in is not a deterrent for you as far as helping you out. So, and if you need to contact our office, number is 334-341-4475, or you can send an email. That's my personal email, scrolling across the screen, aos@olalawfirm.com. So that's that. Uh, hello from Houston. How you doing there? Hello, Mr. Okoyemi. How is everything going? You have a pending VAWA case, VAWA 751 case. You cannot have a pending VAWA and 751 applied for driver's license. Yes. Okay, you're gonna have to contact my office, Mr. DG, because you cannot have VAWA and 750 unless you mean that you have a 751 waiver based case, meaning you're not filing jointly with your spouse, and your reason for not filing jointly with your spouse is extreme cruelty, which sometimes is used interchangeably, but you can't have VAWA petition separate. So clarify that for me. Okay, so visa bulletin right now, the current one is June. And basically what the visa bulletin is all about is for you to know whether you are eligible to apply for your green card, meaning can you adjust, is it time for you to adjust your status in the United States, or is it time for you to apply for your immigrant visa at the consulate or embassy in the country you live in? So June 2020 is almost over. So I'm just going to go directly to July 2021 because next week we're going to be in July, week from today actually. And there are two different charts on the visa bulletin. This is why this is important. We have the final action chart, and then we have the date of filing, dates for filing chart. Everyone says, what does that mean? What is the difference between the two? USCIS, meaning immigration in the United States, uses the final action date. Final action is basically saying that the final action is to apply for that green card or to apply for the immigrant visa. The last stage means, so the date on those dates means if your date is on or before this date, that means that there is a visa available to you, a visa number available to you so you can apply to adjust your status while in the United States, or there is a visa number available to you and you can apply for your immigrant visa outside the United States. USCIS uses final action dates. So basically they're using dates that says, we are ready right now to approve your case because you have a visa available. Dates for filing is used by the embassies, consulates, meaning you're filing for your immigrant visa outside the United States. They use dates for filing, and basically dates for filing is saying if your date, your priority date is on or before this date, then you can start gathering your documents and submitting your documents on the website, the state website, and getting ready because an immigrant visa is going to be available to you very soon. That's the main thing. Those are the main difference. That's the main difference. USCIS usually uses final action, and that's because by the time it's your priority date, then you're able to apply for your 485 and adjust your status. Now, immediate relatives do not need to go with visa bulletins. Spouses of citizens, minor children, unmarried minor children of citizens, meaning under 21 and unmarried of citizens. So those two, and then parents, three, spouses of citizens, unmarried minor children of citizens, and parents of citizens. The visa bulletin does not affect them in any way. Why? Because they're classified as immediate relatives. Immediate relatives always have visas available to them. So that's why immediate relatives, even if they overstay in the country, they can apply to adjust your status. As long as it came in legally, they can apply to adjust their status while in the country, because not only do they not have to wait for visa to become available, they are exempted from that overstay rule, where if you overstay your visa, then you have to leave the country. No, immediate relatives can adjust even if they overstay their visas. So they don't have to wait for a visa bulletin. That doesn't apply to them. Visa bulletin applies to preference categories: F1, F2A, F2B, F3, F4, as well as employment. So employment, we can do employment another day. Today is for family-based. F1 category are unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. F2A category is spouses and children of unmarried spouses and children, unmarried sons and daughters of permanent residents. And then, so we have two. F2A is spouses and children of permanent residents. F2B is unmarried sons and daughters. What is the difference? Unmarried children, as far as immigration is concerned, children are unmarried under the age of 21. Sons and daughters are over the age of 21. So we have F1, that is unmarried children of citizens. We have F2. F2 is broken down into F2A, F2B. F2A, unmarried minor children and spouses of permanent residents. F2B is unmarried sons and daughters of permanent residents. Then we have F3, which is married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. And F4 is brothers and sisters of adult citizens, of adult U.S. citizens. Now, when they say adult U.S. citizen, that means you have to be at least 21 years older to petition for your parents or your sibling. Everyone always says, well, if a citizen can file for a spouse and minor children and parents, and they don't have to wait for visas to be available, why is it different for siblings? I didn't make the rule. That's the only question I can answer. But siblings of citizens are not considered immediate relatives. If anything, F4 category, siblings of citizens actually have the longest wait. So say, for instance, example, July 2021, F2A is current across the board. When I say across the board, because we have all countries, then we have the categories for China, India, Mexico, and Philippines. Those countries usually have the longest wait. However, if you are filing and you have an approved I-130 and you file that for your spouse or your minor child, and you are a permanent resident, meaning you have a green card, they are eligible right now to go apply for their immigrant visas. However, since the consulate or embassy uses dates for filing, they're saying if your date is June 1st, 2021, or no, before June 1st, 2021, you can start gathering and submitting your documents to get your immigrant visa. That is one. So if you're just in the United States, if they are eligible to adjust, meaning they have a non-immigrant valid status and they can adjust, that's current. If they're going to apply for visas at the embassy, then they can start submitting their documents if their priority date is on or before June 1st, 2021. Now, let's get to siblings. F4 preference category. If you have a sibling that is in the country and they're non-immigrant status and they have a PhD degree that's going to take 10 years, okay. Because right now, they're working on cases received on or before February 8, 2007. That is sibling of U.S. citizen. It's the longest preference category wait. If the sibling is outside the country, then it's on or before October 1st, 2007. For whatever reason, siblings are taking the longest. Siblings are actually having to wait much longer than even married children of citizens. I didn't make the rules. That's a lot. But that is basically a breakdown of the visa bulletin, where it is important because it lets you know. Now, it doesn't apply to people who are immediate relatives, parents, minor children, spouses of citizens. But if you're not an immediate relative and you have to adjust status in the United States, then it is important for you to have to know whether that your priority date is current. If your priority date is current, but you're not an immediate relative and you've overstayed your non-immigrant visa, you will have to leave the country and file a waiver before you leave. The only exception to those who have overstayed and they're not immediate relatives, meaning they're married to or they're related to permanent residents, they've overstayed their non-immigrant visa, but do not have to leave, is if you are filing a VAWA petition, for instance. One of the good things about VAWA is you are exempted from that rule that if you've overstayed and you're not married to a citizen, then you have to leave the country. Because even if your abuser is a green card holder and you qualify and you're eligible to file a VAWA petition, if it's current right now as is, then you can as well at the same time apply for your green card application. Even if it's not current, once the petition is approved, you do not have to leave. They will give you what we call a deferred action. And then when it becomes current, you can apply for your green card without leaving the country. So immigration is a whole lot. See my gray hair? That's why I have gray hair, because I read all the time, right? But I love this. I love doing this. So that's basically it. So let me see. Okay, Jen. Pending recently, they have 2 separate applications. So you have 2 separate I-751. You may want to set up a consultation, Mr. Dage, because this is it. You cannot file VAWA and file a 751. VAWA is for people who don't have a green card yet. 751, you already have a 2-year green card. You're trying to get a 10-year green card. You can file for VAWA after a 751 denial, or if you renounce, meaning that you give up your 2-year green card and then you start for VAWA. However, keep in mind that you can still file for a waiver of the joint filing when you file a 751 based on divorce, extreme cruelty, or hardship. The extreme cruelty part of it is the same proof you need in a VAWA case, but it's not. You can't have 2 separate petitions. You can't have a petition to remove the conditions on your residence to get a 10-year green card and have a petition to get a 10-year green card. I hope that makes sense. So you can have both, but your VAWA, your 751 can be based on the same extreme cruelty standard that is used in the VAWA case. Okay, let's see. VAWA case pending of more than 16 months now. I've received my second prima facie letter. No RFE. When can I expect to you? Right now, if you look, and I actually just looked today, they're working on VAWA petitions 360 for self-petitioners, violence based cases that were received back in May 2019. So that's what they're working on now. So your case is still within normal processing time. I was denied VAWA, but was offered options. What do you mean you were offered options? I'm not really sure what you mean. If you can send me an email and let me know what you mean, then if it's something general, but if it's something in depth, then as you've heard me say several times, consultation is for me to evaluate your case, and that is in half an hour time that you pay for, answer your questions, and you have more information about your specific case than the general information I give off of here. So that's basically it. So if you need to set up a consultation, it's $125. If you retain my firm within 45 days from the consultation, it's $45. It's credited towards the attorney fees. So it's a win-win for everybody, right? But anyway, and do you like my cap? Oh, true story. There are internet trolls. I have a page on TikTok, and the thing about people who make remarks that are just ridiculous, they don't have their photos. They never have profile photos because you can't even pin them. So they're just miserable people. And so I was like, yeah, you need to get braces to close your gap. And I was like, yeah, you pay for it, that's fine. But if you pay for it, I wouldn't take it, because guess what? I can pay for braces, but this is how God made me. You don't like it, look the other way. Simple, right? Let's see, there's a comment. I'm not sure of the options are. I haven't received the letter yet. Okay. If you want to call my office and see, so if you have a relative who can petition, who has filed for you from Nigeria, yes. If you have, you can also qualify for VAWA even if you're not in the country. If there's 3 grounds by which you can qualify if you fall within that. So if you want to know more about that, you can call my office and we can set up a consultation for you. But anyway, thanks to all those who jumped on. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. And please share this video. There are a lot of people who don't know about our firm. And most of my clients are West Africans, not necessarily Nigerians, Ghanaians, and I have quite a few Caribbeans, Jamaicans clients as well. So I'm geared towards helping my people, as I always say. And because I've been through the process and I understand how it is to be in this situation and wanting to just make sure you get your papers right. So anyway, thank you to all those who jumped on. I appreciate that. And until next time, and by the way, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And if I probably won't have it live until next week, so make sure you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.